Ian!
Yes, buddy.
What are you doing?
I'm just clutching at ideas.
I'll leave that one.
Yeah, squeaky door said it all. Go on.
What else have we been doing this week then?
We have been changing the cam in a Cobra, and the test drive ended up fairly eventful on that one. We have been firing the Green Defender 90 up because the exhaust is now fully built on that and the engine's in and running. And Holly's engine building bay is full of engines.
Alright, let's take a look at those then.
Right, Green Defender 90 then. Here's the engine we introduced you to in a weekly update. And Steve's now about to drop it in there. Although I'm told he'll try not to drop it and actually do it on an engine hoist, which is our preferred way of putting them in the cars. It seems today Holly's building up this 4.6 engine here. Currently just a short engine, but it will be receiving stage 3 heads because it's got the Piper 285 camshaft. And he's now dialing that camshaft in. So he's just finding TDC on number 1 piston. Looks like he's done that, so we're now marked off at 0 degrees on the crankshaft. So there is a degree overlap either way, because the piston is actually at TDC for a few degrees, 2 or 3 degrees. So he's found the centre of that, and that's now 0. And now he can dial in the camshaft. Okay, so Holly's now dialed the 285 camshaft in. And we're going to actually demonstrate where full lift is and actually show this overlap where you're at full lift for several degrees. So if we rotate the crankshaft round now, we should get to about 104, 105 degrees on there, and full lift is achieved there at 105. And we can actually roll it round. You keep going round, Hall. We're now at about 110. Or 109 to 110, and we're now actually just coming off full lift. So if you just go a little bit more around, we can see it jumps off of full lift. So Holly's dialed the cam in to achieve full lift, number 1 inlet, yep. And at 107 degrees. So next step on this engine is cylinder heads on and rocker gear. Steve stripped the Cobra engine down now, inlet manifold off, and the timing cover off as well. And yeah, the camshaft is showing signs of beginning to wear there. So the next step on this project is just to whip the sump off and check a mains and big end bearing as well, just to make sure that the work we're going to do at the top end, or well, the camshaft being the mid end I would say, is worthwhile to this engine, because you don't want to do a camshaft upgrade or swap to give the cam a new lease of life if your crank bearings are on their way out. So it would seem the workshop's been very busy, and the Cobra engine here has progressed a long way without us videoing it. So they removed the sump, checked a main and a big end bearing, and they were absolutely brilliant. So that's been put back together. The 270 Piper camshaft is now installed in here, with the timing cover fitted, brand new oil pump gears and a reconditioned oil pump base. And yeah, Holly's just set tappet preload, or checked tappet preload, and no shims were required on this engine. So it's had skimmed heads, it's also got composite gaskets fitted, and that equated on this engine to not needing a shim kit. Obviously we always advise you check it, which is what we've done on this one. So we're now at a stage where the inlet manifold can go back on, and then we can remove the Lumination ignition system, fit the RPI ignition kit, and go for a tune-up.
Ian doesn't know it yet, and I'm whispering so he doesn't find out. This week I've decided I'm going to give away a piston. All you need to do is like and share the video, and we'll choose a winner at random. And you can have your own piston from the desk of Handsome Steve Productions.
Also a further update on the 90 here. The engine is in. I can't show you, I'm not tall enough, I can't really jump that high. It's up on the ramp because we've built the exhaust system, or more to the point Holly has. So we've got ceramically coated 4-branch mild steel exhaust manifolds there, which running down this way, we've got the stainless steel 304 grade Y-piece that Holly has built, going into a straight through silencer, 2.5-inch bore, moving along up over the axle, out to the tailpipe. So looking forward to how that sounds. I think we've just got the ignition system to wire up on this. Again, it's having a full RPI ignition kit. So I'll just drop it down and actually show you the engine rather than me trying to jump up in the air. So there we go. Steve fitted the engine using an engine crane. Holly's well chuffed with how this has come out. In fact, we all are. It's a new radiator installed there because the old one was so good. Well worth doing the bulkhead, I think. You'll all agree. You can see how it just looks, well, amazing really in comparison to how it was. Holly's done an absolutely superb job there. So the engine's fitted, and now we just need to coil on this end up here, wire the RPI ignition amplifier in once mounted, and it should be time to fire this up and put some local road miles on it. So I'm not sure if we'll get this done in this weekly video update, but we will do a video of this on the road, and obviously it will drive a lot nicer than it did with that very worn 3.5 engine in. I think from memory some of the cam lobes were missing as well. But yeah, really pleased with how that bit on the bulkhead has all turned out. Obviously we knew how this would all turn out because we do it every day. The engine, that's our thing. Right, so engines this week, bit of an update for you all. We've run out of engine stands, so this will be, when we have time to build it, 4.6 engine for a P38 autobiography that we're going to have here for sale soon. This is the 3.5 engine that we saw removed from the classic Range Rover chassis, so Holly's now prepping rods and pistons for that. These two engines are the 4 litres for dyno test cells, and we actually put them on hold just for a couple of weeks. The customer doesn't need these two for another couple of weeks, so we've just kind of shuffled things around in our build program. This is the 4.6 that you saw the camshaft being dialed in on just a little bit earlier. So stage 3 head's now fitted with the Weber carb. It will be getting the full RPI ignition kit. We've actually just removed the rocker covers on this just for a moment to do some final detailing on them, because when we fitted them we weren't quite happy with a couple of bits on the rocker covers. Attention to detail there. And this engine that the crank is now in is a 4.6, so this is also going stage 3. It will be receiving hot wire fuel injection and a full ported intake manifold and trumpet base, and is being built up for a Toyota Hilux. Well, I think I just heard an engine fire up. So, is the Cobra up and running? Steve, would you mind...
Absolutely.
Hey. You set it up much at all at the moment?
No, told to start up.
That's not bad for our base settings then, is it?
No, not at all.
Okay, sounds like give it a set up and then we'll be doing a road test before the day is out.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent, well done. Right, well we were about to show you the road test in this. The engine's driving really nice, it's lovely and smooth, but we have an issue. The clutchy bit inside the bell housing bit is struggling to keep up with the throttle response we now have from our nice smooth responsive engine. So we're going to slide the gearbox back, check the clutch out, because apparently it's not been in there that long, which could translate into years or miles, I'm not sure. We have another clutch on the shelf, so if we need it we will put it in there. Unfortunately it means the road test will not be in this week's video. It should be in next week's, assuming we can shuffle some work time around and get the clutch in there sorted. Green Defender 90 engine is in, as you've seen, and now So it's all now running, the exhaust is sounding lovely, and we'll be going for road testing this shortly as well. So I think that concludes this video. See you all next week.